morning, and thank you for joining the Sheila New Comedy Show. And thank you for being here on this Saturday. You have joined me, myself, Sheila New, Wanda Rose, and Candace Murphy Sizak for season 5, episode 3 of the Sheila New Comedy Show. And I just want to say, first and foremost, happy anniversary. It is the podcast 2 year anniversary. It is the show's 2 year anniversary. So I am so happy that we have made it and really blessed beyond measure that we have made it to 2 years. So definitely congratulations to you both. Thank you, Candace, so much for lending not only your voice, but your intelligence as well. It is definitely warranted and needed out here in these clubhouse streets, honey, as we come together to let you know that laughing does matter. Okay, me being a professional comedian, yes, I said professional. Okay, so let's not get the game twisted. But I am so happy that we are here together on this good Saturday morning to celebrate not only just 2 years, but just celebrating sisterhood and being able to be here to get our laugh on a regular basis. And just think about it. This all started because my super producer friend Wanda Rose wrote a book called Dating is for the Birds. And we came in this very same house, her, myself, Ronald Dillard Jr., who is also an associate producer. We just peeled back the layers and poked fun at dating as a whole. So that was beautiful, how one thing spun into another thing, especially being in this late age of our lives and finding out how really
Oh,
the
who are you
dating.
talking about late?
Girl, we late in the age.
I'm not late
Okay.
in the age. I'm
Listen,
not
baby, if your
late.
first number begin
It
with a
does not
five,
begin with a five.
here. It does. Don't
You
play with
speak,
me.
speak Beyonce.
But see, this the thing is, see, Candace, you the only one out of us that's murder. Okay. So we out in these streets doing the best we can to navigate through this BS called dating and all the things, especially again at this late age. Okay, whatever Wanda's on, I'm just saying her numbers begin the same as my numbers. And then too, on top of everything else, it's our birthday month. So Wanda and myself both celebrate our birthdays in the very merry month of May. And also something that I know is near and dear to all of us here on this platform that May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. So we definitely want to give a shout out to those who are not okay. I just want to start off by saying it is okay not to be okay. And whatever it is you're experiencing and you know that you need to talk to somebody, please do that. Talk to somebody. Yes, laughter, I feel, is medicine. To me, it's the best medicine, but it's not the end all or being all. So make sure that you are seeking the help that you need. So then that way you can turn things around in your own right and in your own life. And with that being said, I think I done kicked off enough for the kickoff. So let me tap into my co-producers, Wanda Rose and Candace Murphy says that, hey y'all.
I'm good. Glad to be back. Happy anniversary. And it's funny how something can start from something so small. We probably need to do a redo of the book. That was a really fun session that we did, talking about the book and the stories in it. I think we might need to do a repeat one day.
Absolutely. That sounds like a special episode. Hey, Candy.
Hey there, hey y'all, hey Wanda, hey Sheila.
She all hyped this morning.
I love it.
Ha
And she should be. You sound really good, Candace. I miss you, and I hope all has been well on your end, my love.
Thank you so much. I feel so good this morning. It's beautiful.
I know
Coming
that's
here with
right.
the sisterhood, right? Let's kick it off, Sheila.
Yes, let's get it going. I'm so happy that you're here, and it is. I think one, it's important to just to note this. We are almost at 55,000 downloads. That is crazy to me. And some of the countries that we have picked up, we have the UAE just boarded. Definitely Mexico, I seen this in the house. And I just want to start by saying this to all the countries outside of the United States of America that listen to the Sheila New Comedy Show podcast on whatever platform you listen to your podcast on. shout out to y'all for just riding with us. And I know this is a crazy time and we ain't going to get on our political soapbox too much this morning, but I just want to say big shout out to all the countries that have listened, laughed, and we hope you learned something along the way as well. But thank you for just riding with us on this crazy roller coaster ride as the United States is going through her own transition and rebirth when it comes down to what the hell is going on? And as I like to say, who the hell left the gate open? Because somebody definitely left the damn gate open. Okay. So, yeah, I want to start out by just shouting out the countries that have rocked with us thus far. And the numbers keep climbing. And what one thing I will say that I love about it, that it is organically grown. So I appreciate the listeners thus far that have been rocking with us, and you all have been leaving great reviews, and we appreciate that too. But now we're gonna get into the news, honey, because our Uncle Shay Shay, baby, is front and center on the news here lately. Have y'all both had a chance to see what's been going on with Mr. Shannon Sharpe, Wanda and or Candace?
I think it's interesting because last year it was Shay Shay and the episode that he did with what's his name? The episode that he did with
Cat Williams.
that took the kick Cat Williams that kicked off the year. So every year I feel like he gets something new that's gonna be take off or the hit for the year. And right now he's the hit again for another 2020. Last year he was a hit because of Cat Williams. This year he's a hit because of himself. I just hate to see when successful people do idiotic things that can take down their career. They hurt themselves. And I'm not sure why people do that.
I think they think they become untouchable. Go ahead, Candace, what you got?
I think y'all hear me?
Yes, baby.
Think Shannon thinks he's Teflon.
Come on, Teflon Don.
I think he's just stupid. Obviously, I mean, I don't know if he did with Teflon. I don't know. There are a lot of women he could date. So you gonna do something silly, at least do it with somebody who got much to lose as you have to lose. Not with somebody who don't really
That
care.
part.
So I'm mad at him.
Yeah,
He walked into this.
I don't think he walked into it. I think he knew. I think he knew what it was he was getting into in the first place. Cause it ain't like you don't know. It ain't like you just fell in it. You feel me? You picked it, so you already knew what was going on with it. I think we have to understand the whole modality that we reap where we sow. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, good, bad, or indifferent, he knew what it was. I think he thought that because of his status, his money, whatever the case may be, that he wasn't gonna get slapped on the wrist with it. But as Candace said, he think he was Teflon. But see, now you know that you're not. And the sad part is that you stand, to your point, Wanda, more to lose with your sponsorship. You already stepped down from ESPN because you got to get through this. But look at all the examples before you started doing this crazy stuff that you had, right? Kicked off with Bill Cosby. They dug up stuff that was old as Methuselah, but they was throwing it at him. Then all of a sudden, you got this old ass man going to jail because of something that he happened that was way past the statute, but they still made an example out of him. It's the same with, what's going on with Sean Diddy Combs and R. Kelly. And the list goes on and on. You can name about a whole bunch of people, Jeff Epstein. It's a whole bunch of people that you can name that thing when you do stupid stuff like this, it don't bode well. You don't come out victorious all the time. So you got to really think about was it really worth it at the end of the day. And one thing I will say about this, I'm not an advocate or a proponent, or I don't salute any man that put his hands allegedly on any female, whether you did it because she said she wanted it, or you did it because you just a punk, because you just, you know that you can whoop her. I'm not getting down like that. As a mom of a son, I never advocated for my son to be able to put his hands on a woman. He already knows my stance on that. And that's don't do that. Do all the other stupid stuff, but keep your damn hands to yourself. Shannon.
So do you think his show is gonna still be successful?
I don't know. I think people gonna ride with him. I think they need to see, right? It's just think about what Sean Combs going through right now. Look how many people who fell off from him, right? Because they didn't want to be quote unquote associated with what he had going on. I don't know. I think people fall back because of the allegations. They don't want to be too close to it. They don't want to say that, oh, I know him, he cool, or he this or he that. I think it's gonna be a thing that we just gonna have to figure out and watch and see. Do I think that he can rebound from it? Yeah, I think anybody can rebound from anything, but first you gotta take accountability. And rest in peace. I'm gonna use Kobe Bryant as an example. He had allegations that was brought against him with a young white woman that supposedly said that they had dealings with each other. He ended up losing sponsorships because of that. The NBA kind of frowned, but he was able to turn his life around and turn that situation around. He came back stronger and better than ever. But see, that's a different type of situation. I think as men and women, accountability is the word of the day. You got to be able to be held accountable for those things that you do, good, bad, or indifferent. But if you do it, you got to be able to stand 10 toes down on it regardless. So, do I think that he has a chance? I do, as long as that he does what he's supposed to on his end to make sure that he turns that part around. If not, I think he don't have nobody to blame but himself, and he need to look at the man in the mirror because that's the one who he need to blame, hey, for all these shenanigans that's going on.
Right.
Just the information keeps getting worse and worse. You wonder like what's gonna come up next. He's taking time off from ESPN, whether it's because he wants to or because they're making him do it, but he's taking time off. Even men not siding with him. Usually men will be like, oh yeah, but he a man. Men are like, he's stupid. And when you have men not even on your side, I just hate that he did something that could hurt his career. He does what typical people do. They become successful and then they just do something that really could ruin their career. I think he's really must be insecure. And he probably needs some professional help just to talk to somebody, talk through some things to get it together.
No, for real, I agree. I think that this what better month to do it than May because it is Mental Health Awareness Month. Get your life, talk to somebody, lay out on the couch, whatever it is you need to do, but handle your business and don't put yourself in a situation where you got this kind of back and forth. And if you are insecure, deal with your own insecurities. Don't take it out on poor suspecting people. And like you said, you chose somebody who don't have nothing to lose, and right now she got everything to gain. But because before I sent y'all that clip yesterday, nobody had a face. Nobody knew who this person was. And now she done came to the forefront. So that let me know that whatever she feel that she has to gain, she's all in. So I don't think she was prepared or ready for it. But now you got all kind of scrutiny because we know that social media is full of internet bullies. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Y'all some keyboard thugs out there. If anybody was to roll up on you in the street in person, you a coward like the punks that you are, but when baby get you behind the laptop and the keyboard, you the biggest thug in the world. See, I'm old school. We ain't have all of this social media stuff when I was coming up. If you had beef with a person, you stepped to that person and you squabbled it out and you did what you had to do. We wasn't even pulling no weapons. You had a left and the right. And it's just to coin the phrase from Friday, shout out to Ice Cube, is that you live to fight another day. You feel me? So you might not you win some, you lose some. Shout out to John Weatherspoon, a Detroit native. Okay, what up, though? And then you just keep it moving. Then the next thing you know, you outside and y'all playing again and you doing what you got to do. But now people done talked about this woman, what she looked like. Now they're gonna be questioning Shannon's taste in women. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. And then we knew that other like what months ago when he was on Instagram Live and he was doing the nasty and everybody heard that. Now people they gonna try to put two and two together, saying, "What is you doing?" I just think he just messed himself up, poor baby.
Just so Yolanda posted that last year we were questioning his manhood. So this year, I guess he figured that he would go all out. I guess we don't have to question it anymore.
You
Just
can
question
still
his
question
judgment.
it. I'm just
I
saying.
just question his judgment. I just think he got poor judgment overall. He got poor judgment. And hopefully he'll get past this and hopefully he'll continue to be a success. And hopefully people will learn not to do the things that he's doing.
That part. But the thing is, if you question him, because I know that he is a sponsor of a male supplement that's the little blue pills and the other one. I know that he's been promoting it. Listen, men, y'all get older. Shit happens. This is life. Certain things gonna stop working for you. They're gonna work against you. Be creative. Find other ways to please your woman. Stop being out here in these streets doing. Don't let your thing make you do stupid things, because that's what it sounds like to me. If you ain't putting it down like you used to when you in your 20s, congratulations. That means that you've aged and you've gotten to a certain level in your life that you understand that things stop working. This is what happens. These bodies are not meant to last forever, and certain things are going to start breaking down. That's just how life works. But then that means that you have to use that other thing that's on top of your shoulders and on top of your neck, that's in between your ears, called your brain, and learn how to be creative. And because you shouldn't rest everything on the little man down below, because if he don't perform, then you're gonna be mad, but who you really mad at? So you got to really, let's be better at doing better things for ourselves, the health wise, for our emotional health, for our mental health, because y'all stressing yourself out for no reason at all. And obviously when you think with the little head and not the big one, you end up doing dumb stuff like this. So stop playing with yourself, because it don't make no sense.
Yeah, I think it's also important to note that on his shows he always talked about dating younger women. He always talked about that. So I guess he wasn't lying about that he likes younger women.
I'm gonna say he probably likes younger women because maybe he feels like he can manipulate them, right? It's a thing that, younger females, and there's no diss to y'all, so please don't find me on social media talking about what I said, because I'm gonna say what I said. Because once you get to my age, then I can look back and reflect. Y'all not the smartest people in the world because you ain't lived and you ain't been through nothing yet. So if a man targets you that's older, he knows that and he's going to utilize that. Not saying that you haven't been through some things, but you ain't been through everything somebody that's double your age has been through, right? So there's that. So he knows that if he dealt with a woman that is more closer to his age, he can't run that game shit. We not having it. And that's what a lot of people have to understand. Older, more mature women, it's not gonna go back and forth. We not going back and forth with you ninjas. We living our best life out here. Okay. So we want to make sure that if you dealing with somebody, they gonna have to connect with us on so many other levels. But then he got to realize and understand, if you are older man and you dealing with a younger woman, she gonna wear that ass out, because physically you ain't where she at either. So you got to make it make sense. And that's one thing that he's not doing. He ain't making it make no sense. So if you targeting these women because you think, because I listened to one of the conversations that old girl put out on social media, she said it and he got pissed off. You're manipulating me. See? So she already said, so it's a psychological game for him. He's going to use psychological warfare to get what it is he wants. And but see, at the same time, that's stupid, because nowadays people are recording everything. So ain't nothing you do. And what's that old saying? What you do in the dark comes out in the light. Ta-da! Shazam and alakazam and abracadabra. Okay.
Let me jump in just a second. What are the facts? What are we dealing with here? Were laws broken? What's going on?
I think
There's
she was
one
saying
excuse.
that he was abusive. Go ahead, Wanda.
Yeah, I mean, I think both are accusing him of, well, at least two women are accusing him of sexual assault.
Oh, going
Yeah,
the opposite of no means no.
yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
part.
yeah, yeah.
Ah,
But they haven't pressed charges. One said she didn't press charges because she was afraid, she was afraid for her life because he threatened her. so they didn't press charges. So they all are going after their money. And I know one suit is for $50 million, and he was up for a hundred
Oh
million
my
dollar
God.
contract. Yeah, he's up for $100 million contract right now. And he also offered her $10 million, but she didn't take it, which is probably not the best idea to offer the money.
because that's an admission of guilt. Because why you gonna pay for something that if you ain't do nothing?
But on the other hand, would it cost him more to defend it?
Oh, it's
These
definitely
lawyers,
costing them. Yeah, it's definitely costing.
you know,
It's definitely
Probably why he off, which is probably why he offered the $10 million. Not necessarily that he felt he was guilty. He just felt like it'd be cheaper to get rid of the whole issue.
it's cheaper to keep it out, boy.
right.
They doing too much. It's all they off the chain with it. It's just the fact is that for these women to say it, and another, I think that same one you were talking about, Wanda, that she said that she was afraid. Not only that she was afraid because of the ramifications, she said because of who he knew. You know what I'm saying? That he was well connected with law enforcement in that community, that he knew a lot of people. He's very influential. So she wasn't trying to rock the boat because she felt like many women, I'm sure, feel like they won't be believed. You know what I'm saying? Because the tables are turned sometimes. Oh, you knew who he was when you got with him. You knew his status, this, that, and the third. You was clout chasing. All the words that they use when they trying to turn the situation around on women that do suffer sexual abuse from men.
Absolutely. This is Shannon Sharpe's year again. Last year, so I don't know what he's gonna do next year. He can't. I don't know if he can top this one off. I'm not sure. Shannon
Hey,
Sharpe.
wait, what's the name of that movie? Is it Friday After Next?
Which one?
Wait, saying, look, it's the line. She got caught last year, accidentally going Instagram Live. Then come
Yeah,
back another year, he got this going on. So, in the words of Money Pike, don't be sorry, Plank. Be careful.
don't be sorry. Be careful.
There you
That
go.
part. Yeah,
There you go.
that was my joy. Yes, indeed.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about Shannon Sharpe, but have y'all seen? I think I call it China Gone Wild. Like we found out that the Birkin bags that were $100,000, they can be made in China for less than 1,000. So I call it China Gone Wild, and just told all the business and everybody buying this stuff and now showing what they bought on TikTok. And the stuff looked pretty good.
I just want y'all to send me a link so I can get it. So if anybody's listening and y'all got the link to the bags that y'all paying like a couple of $100 for, that's normally a $30,000 bag, please send me the link and please and thank you. But hey,
Now, let me
yeah,
tell you.
go ahead. You know it, cause
Now, you know I done been.
yeah,
Now, you know I be fine. Let me
exactly.
start off. For everybody who uses Temu will offer discounts after you put items in your cart. So I put an item in my cart for $30 and I left it in my cart. I don't know, so many days. I don't know how many days. But then they send me a text message. The item you want is now $8. So if you put it in your cart, let it sit until they mark it down, then you go in and buy it with all of the $8 plus your extra coupon. Now here's the thing. I went in and I bought a lot of stuff. But my question is, when are the tariffs going to kick in? Because these bags are beautiful. They're absolutely stunning. Can't tell the difference. Just absolutely beautiful.
I need you to send me. I need you to send me the link because
We have the links. We'll send it to you. We have
Yeah,
it. I have the link.
Yeah, we'll send it to you so
yeah,
you
We
yeah,
can
can
y'all
look.
see.
gonna have to because I want to put it in my car too. I'm not about to play with y'all. I'm sitting up here thinking to myself, are you serious right now? But
China went on TikTok and they were telling every link, every manufacturer. People made
yeah,
lists. People
Yes.
make lists. They told everything and where to get anything from furniture to jewelry. Yesterday, somebody on TikTok posted the Tiffany necklace they just got from China and bracelet. They had the name on it. It looked
wow. How did the
antique.
manufacturers do? They, however they go around, because we know this to be true that people the price goes up depending on whose name is on it, right? So it's the same bag, it's the same designers, or it's a similar liking to it, but it goes up incredibly so if the designer, whoever it is, Gucci, Louis, whomever puts their name on it, then that bag then quadruples in price. But it's the same bag. It just depends on if you're partial to labels or not. I'm partial to the quality, and I don't care who makes it. Is the bag good? Is it a decent bag? Is it a decent shoe? I don't care whose name is on it. Is it well made? Is what the question should be.
These bags are made impeccably. The craftsmanship, second to none from what I'd see so far.
And I guess the thing
But,
is, it's not.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. What China's proving that their bags are the bags they make. They're saying is really not a knockoff bag. They're really the bag. It's just that people didn't realize that they were all being made in China, even if they had a different name or location. Because as Candace told me, you can ship a bag to Italy, and then because it's in Italy, they put the tag on Italy. They can say it's made in Italy, but it's actually been made in China by the same people that do Timu. So what they're showing is that the bags that you think that you're getting that are made in some factory, something actually made in China. So the knockoffs are really may not actually be knockoffs, but the real thing.
Correct.
It sounds good. I'm excited. I can't wait to be on the board of the China going wild thing. So yeah, I'm with it for sure. Yes, indeed. So Candace, pivoting to your
Yeah.
love, the NFL
Uh,
draft goes wild. What you say about it, girl?
yeah. Yeah. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Let me tell you something. This is an all out, yeah, I don't want to say the L word, but this is an all out war on trying to teach confident people a lesson. And I think it's ridiculous the way Shador Sanders fell all the way down to the fifth round. And this was nothing but based on the color of his skin and who his father was. Now, did y'all say this about Eli? When Eli got drafted, Eli Manning, we love Eli, we love Archie, love Peyton. We loved them. But when their father stepped in and looked out for them, nothing was said. He was labeled as strategic, labeled as a good father, labeled as having his children's best interest. Fast forward, here we are. Dion, you may not like him, but he did the exact same thing. Archie, Dion, Harry, Shador, same thing. Looked out for the best interest of the child, and as a result, his child fell. And they blame it on the attitude of the child. So I think it's a combination of things. I think we have the color of his skin is an issue, which you don't want to rely totally on that. We have the father son dynamic going on, and then they want to bring up the attitude. If you're confident and you believe in yourself, on what planet is that a bad thing? I am totally not understanding if this guy who has all these records, who threw over 4,000 passing yards in the season, he should be confident in what he believes in and his ability. But now, in order to teach him a lesson, well, you're good, you're not that good. It takes more than just statistics to get in the NFL. You have to have the right attitude. And what attitude might that be? Attitude might that be? That may be the attitude of your style, that's style, no style. You know, and I am totally 100% behind what you are saying. Playing him.
No, I was laughing because if you don't tote that bar, lift that bell kind of thing, you ain't being a good word person in the house. You know what I'm saying? So people take it and they run with it in a different direction, which is not fair. And the crazy part is when you got who that say something about it, that's crazy in and of itself because aside from all the rhetoric that's coming from Pennsylvania Avenue, but for him to even say, is y'all smoking? He would do, like you said, it shouldn't matter who his dad is. It's still his ability to do what it is that he's doing. It's the same thing that I think that LeBron went through with Bronny. When it came down with it, he used his influence. What family member doesn't when you know that if you have the connection, people do it all the time. Nepotism is real in corporate America. It's real in any facet. A lot of times it's that old adage that says it's not what you know, but it's who you know. So why are we tripping on what Mr. Sanders and his sons have done to get to the next level? He used his influence. Why not? People do it all the time. I think that, and it's not like he doesn't know how to play. He knows the game. And he still has a lot of growing to do. There's still a lot of development that he needs to go through, but still give him the opportunity to stand on his own 10. I don't care how he got in the league. The fact that he's there says enough that he has the capability. It's not like you taking him from being a water boy, no diss to the water boys out there, and say, hey, just slap a uniform on him. He actually put the time in. Let him play. And shout out to Cleveland Browns for picking them up. And I hope that they do this season. I ain't looking for y'all to win no Super Bowl, and I ain't dissing nobody in the state of Ohio. I am in Detroit, so the Lions, hey, we about that life and we about that business. Check our record last season. I'm just saying, it's our time. We got next. But go ahead. What else we got, Wanda?
I just want to, when I think about Shador, I don't think it's less about influence and more about the fact when you're confident and what it means to look confident, even in the workplace. I think it's the same thing that carries over when you're black and confident. They consider that to be cocky and not intelligence. And I think he's a confident young man. And there's nothing wrong with being confident. And I think it's less about influence because I think it's more about the confidence. And I also think that he's earned his right to be there. He was very successful as an athlete. He has trained his whole life for this moment to be there. And he definitely deserved to be beyond the fifth round. The Saints, they chose a quarterback that wasn't as talented as Shador, I think just to go along with the NFL and what they wanted. But shout out to Shador and shout out because I think when you look at what's happening, he's already been in Cleveland. He's been speaking to youth in Cleveland. He's done some public speaking engagements, and on one of them, they showed how engaged the kids were. Like took this picture and how they were all leaning in, listening to him. So that shows that he already has influence. But I think it's funny. He's like his dad. They were raised for this. But I also think that it's been interesting that I don't know if you know that his jersey is number one above everybody jersey that's been sold. He's a number one in sales. So he's making a whole lot of money. And the NFL's making money, but a lot of people also buying from his site. And shout out to the Cleveland Browns because they're going to have a lot of new fans this year. And so hopefully he does well. But I do know he's going to work hard to do well. He's not there just to say, hey, I'm here and I've made it. I definitely don't see that. I think he's going to work hard. And then shout out to their dad this year because Colorado, for the first time in history, all of their football athletes, had a 3.0 GPA or higher. And that's the first time in history that has happened. Also, shout out, I think he had 8 players that went to the NFL from Colorado. And then shout out to him because he promised Travis Hunter that he would go to the NFL if he followed him, if he came with him. He went with him to Jackson State. He went with him to Colorado. And now he was the number 2 pick or 3 pick in the draft. So shout out him to keeping his word to Travis Hunter and making him an NFL player that's going to be very successful. And so you can't knock what Deion Sanders has done in football and for men. And I think he's an inspiration, whether people want to admit it or not. And it's not just, she's not just a showboater. He's putting his words into action. And I think you can't take that away from them. And I don't know what did y'all see. And shout out to Charlotte too. I think Charlotte's going to do well. I think they're all going to do well. But what did y'all think about the prank that happened? The prank that when they called him and said that he was going to be drafted by the Saints.
I didn't see it. Go ahead, tell me about it.
During the draft, somebody called Shador. I forgot what round it was, and they told him that he had been. They were calling from. They were Mickey Loomis from the Saints, the general manager of the Saints, and they told him that he had been drafted. We want you on our team, and then they said, "Oh, you're gonna be waiting a while. You're gonna be waiting longer." So it was a joke. And what happened was that one of the coach's kids took his number because he said then that nobody has his number but the NFL. It was a burner phone he just bought. No, so it had to be somebody from the NFL who pranked him. So one of the coach's kids was pranking him, and they posted it on TikTok. Or they posted it online. They posted it so everybody could see. So that was stupid.
Yeah, that sounds like that didn't have people don't have nothing else better to do, and jealousy is for ugly.
I don't think it was. I think it was just being kids. I think it was able to being kids, but the NFL shouldn't have got that information out. And even
Yeah,
Shador
exactly.
said they're just being kids, but the man almost lost his job and he was fined, I think, $100,000. Can't you remember what it was?
Yeah, I think it was about 100,000. I know it was in the 6 figures. I'm not really sure how many. Oh, and not only that, the man was fined 100,000. Was fined 200,000.
See, that's that ripple effect.
I can't
And
imagine.
here's the thing.
I feel bad for the kid because his dad probably really mad at him.
First of all, I have to, me. First of all, I have to question, how did the kid get
That part.
access to the burner phone? That's
It,
my
it don't
question.
sound like nothing that was done by accident. And yes, kids will be kids, but come on now. It's just like that little
Yeah.
thing that happened with the conversation that got recorded. How does stuff happen? Certain things in this day and age don't always happen by accident. We too are technologically savvy nowadays for stuff to just be happening by accident. Kids call and prank people over the phone and say, and old school, call people, is your refrigerator ready? You better go catch it and hang up. And there's no caller ID. There's no way to find out who did it. Was this good, clean, harmless fun? When fun starts to equal 6-figure amounts, then it ain't fun no more. And I don't think it was just a child being a child. To Candace's point, how does the child get the burner phone? How does the child get access to phone numbers? You just don't lay stuff around. Come on now. I deal with intellectual properties that don't belong to me, confidential information that doesn't belong to me all the time. I don't leave stuff open for people to have access to it. Come on now. We got to make it make sense.
Absolutely, make it make sense. But I know the kid, he was being threatened as well. But shout out to Shador for saying, hey, he's being a kid. He took it, okay, whatever. He took it in like fun because I'm sure it bothered him, but he took it. He made good remarks about it. They weren't like vengeful remarks. So I'm mad at him. He let it go. So that was a good thing.
That's good. I'm glad he was able to take it like a real G. Now we're gonna spin from baseball, from football, and we're gonna go to Beyonce's concert tour and the fact that she and her children are taking the stage with her. And I think I love it from the fact that, the mother perspective. Because Rumi, that baby, got so much energy that she's doing her own thing the way that she's living her life out loud, live, and in living color. And I absolutely love it. And it just shows a softer side. And it also shows the dynamic how one person can have multiple children, but they all personality wise are different. Look how much Blue Ivy has grown from last year being on tour with her mother to this year being on tour with her mother. You can just see the maturity in her dance, the way that she carries herself on stage. She's very intentional about learning the choreography. And little Mama Rumi, she just in it. She having fun. She's being a kid, and I absolutely love to see it. And like I said, it just shows Beyonce from a different perspective, not just being an entertainer, because kids will do that. They will do things on an impromptu level, and you just have to react to what it is that they're doing. The way she hugged her mom and the way that Beyonce heart just, sank, and she was just like, oh, because she was just so excited, thanking her mom for the opportunity to join her and her big sister on stage. And let me just say this while it's on my plate and on my mind. Y'all leave Sir Carter alone. If that ain't his thing to be on stage and he don't want the limelight and y'all asking questions about this little boy, remember they are children first. Leave that little boy alone. If that's not his path, if that's not what he's into, and I'm pretty sure once he finds out whatever niche he wants to go in, his parents will be 100% supportive. But for y'all, again, to be bullying and bullying children, I wish I catch one of y'all outside, baby, and you'll know what time it is because I'm about that life. So y'all leave the little boy alone. Let's celebrate the fact that she's being a mom, that she's being supportive, that she, as a creative, is pouring into her children who are showing creative tendencies, and she's being the person who she's supposed to be and making sure that her children have the opportunity. Again, us supporting us is a beautiful thing. We should never look down on it because somebody is helping their children get to those levels. We all do it, whether we have names like Beyonce or Deion Sanders or not. If you really think about it, you support your children in whatever it is they do, and you use whatever resources and influences that you have to get them to the next level. So let's not demonize helping our children get to the next tiers of their life. And that's my soapbox moment. Okay.
Yeah, I say shout out to Rumi because she's been really joyful and just when you have that don't care attitude, I think it's been beautiful. And then shout out to the people taping the concerts because I watched almost the whole concert the other night. So shout out to everybody who go in there and got the video camera going and showing it. I watched it live one night on TikTok, half of it, watched it more another night. So shout out to them because it's a pretty good concert. I think they had some issues the other night that they had to go, and she was probably mad because there's some technical issues. But shout out to a great concert, what I saw. Shout out to Rumi for Brandon. Shout out to Blue Ivy because she has definitely improved and she's a dynamo. On I heard other people say it too. One time when she came out, I thought it was Beyonce and not her. And then I realized it was her. And I heard a lot of people say that. And I know Candace is a dancer because Candace knows that she's in her dance, that she's really, really become a dynamo in dance.
Definitely a dynamo in dance. Just the whole confidence, the movement, the extension. Definitely. Man, she has really grown as a dancer. Shout out to her.
Absolutely. She has
You can tell
definitely done that.
she's putting
Go
the work.
ahead.
She's putting the work in. She's not
Oh,
just
for
doing it. She's
sure. Her
putting. You
mama
can see. You
don't
can
say
see.
that.
You can see the
Yeah.
difference. You can see the difference.
Yeah, for sure. I think in the beginning, you don't never know because you see your parents doing a thing and it may look fun, but yeah, she's definitely putting in the work. And if she keeps following in her mother's footsteps, because Beyonce does have a great work ethic, and that's something that she can be proud of and see. But at the same time, I feel like even as a mom, if they ever decided, okay, I had enough, that she would be cool with that too. So it's whatever because y'all know that Blue Ivy did the voiceover too in the remake of the Lion King, and her and Beyonce was in it together. So she has shown that not only just being in concert with her mother, but she has shown that she has other interests too, and they've been able to help facilitate that. So definitely Beyonce, shout out. And really, it goes back to Tina Knowles and Mr. Knowles Shout out to feeding into your child because not only did she become the person who she is in the music industry, but also you all have set a tone that she too supports her children in whatever it is that they want to do as well, whether it's inside or outside the entertainment industry, but she's feeding that vessel of creativity. So that sometimes we don't always get that as being creatives or whatever the case may be. You may not always garner the support from within inside your own home, and you always have to go outside to get that and to build the influences from the outside in. So shout out to all the parents that pour into their babies and making sure that they get to the next level. Just like you, Wanda, your niece is a dancer too. And I know that as a family that y'all support her from going on to the next level, whatever that looks like for her in her career in dance. So definitely it makes a difference to people that can garner that support from within inside the confines of their own home. But I think it's dope, and I think it's even doper when you can get it on your own merit as
I,
well.
I
So
just
come
want
on,
I want to
go
ask
ahead,
him.
baby.
Speaking about dance, I don't know. Y'all learned the boots on the ground dance, and I saw Kamala Harris was doing the boots on the ground dance. But just to see her joy, I think when people were saying the song, didn't we almost have it all? Oh, so every time she living her best, she look like she living her best life.
See,
And people look up, and people they're like, oh man, we really messed up.
yeah,
Just to
they
see
did.
her.
Yeah, they did. And yeah, I tried to learn some of it. I think people get a little bit carried away with them fans though, because I think they're gonna mess around and hit somebody in the face with them one time, and it's gonna be ass on the ground, not boots in the ground. So they need to be careful. But I think it's a great hustle. It's a great something to learn when you out here doing what you got to do when it come down to it. But yeah, it's definitely. Have you learned it, Candace or Wanda?
I learned the fan part.
Yes, of course you would.
I have not learned it yet. I watched it,
Yeah.
but I haven't learned it yet.
Okay, then when we link up, we're gonna see how much you. I'm not gonna stand by Wanda though, because she's talking about I learned the fan part, so I can only imagine what that looks like. So I'm on the fan. I don't want it. I don't want it. So Wanda, you was talking about is Bill Belichick. Okay, what's going on with him other than is that the man with the young girlfriend? I'm just asking.
Yeah, Candace, I know Candace probably a Bill Belichick fan. He was doing this tough guy. He did an interview on 60 Minutes, I think last week. I think it was 60 Minutes last week. He did an interview with somebody, and on the interview, he had a torn shirt on, like a hole was in the shirt. And then he doing the interview, the girl said they asked how did they meet, and she stood up and said, "Oh, we're not answering that question."
First of all, how old is he? How old of a man is?
I think he's 80, maybe.
I know you lying. Ain't she in her 20s?
She's 24, I think.
Oh, baby, they ain't got nothing in common but that paper. I'm just, baby, I'm just, woo, child. But
Thank
see
you.
how it's a double standard. You see what I'm saying? Because they of the other hue, nobody talks about that. But let that dynamic have been changed, it would have been a whole lot of drama going on. Ain't nobody about to play with. I think he too damn old, and I'm sorry. It couldn't be my daughter, and she talking about this my boyfriend, and he older than me coming through the door. Oh, baby, it's yeah, it's on and popping. He gonna get these fans. We gonna get these fans. I'm not about to play with it. I just think all I can say is just ugh. Cause that's not there's nothing appealing about that. I'm like, Mr. Belichick, you couldn't find no woman that was like in your age group, young lady. You couldn't find no dude that was closer to your age, cause you know it's gonna be a thing. People gonna talk about it. It don't make no sense to me. She ain't even begun to live her life yet, and he done lived all her life 4 times over. What is we talking about? At the end of the day, stop it. Is he okay or is he not? I don't know what they can do for each other. I think she has more to gain from a situation than he does because just the image of somebody being 80 years old being butt naked ain't sexy to me. I'm just saying that's just my 2 cents on it. I don't find that appealing at all.
No, not appealing. I think people starting to say they're worried about him. So I'm sure there'll be more to the story next month. So we'll see what happens. There's a story to
I
follow.
know that's right. Let's get it. And go ahead because both of y'all said this. It is a great time to be a lawyer. Go.
And I don't know about Candace because Candace practices every day more than I practice law because I don't practice. But
What do you mean you don't know?
I think it's a great time to go to law. I used to always wonder, would I go to law school again? I think what's going on now, I would go to law school again. And I think you'll see an uptick in going to law school, 'cause I think it shows the critical importance of the law and being a lawyer. And I think the lawyers are going to be the one that's going to save us, hopefully.
You know what I say, and my position remains the same. Anybody who runs for president of the United States needs to take a class in constitutional law, because you need to know what you're upholding. That is what you need to know. So, that's
somebody asked, I don't know if you guys saw the interview that happened one night this week, but somebody, I don't know who's doing that interview, but somebody asked about the Declaration of Independence. And the response came across like they didn't really know what the Declaration of Independence was about. Candace brings a great point. If you're going to be president, you really should take a constitutional law class, because obviously that didn't happen in this case. But I really think other people are pulling the strings, and not necessarily this person.
Happened in this case. Period.
Wait a minute, we got some outside influence coming into the room. My brother, Craig Murphy, he said the idea is not to uphold the law and read the Constitution. The idea is to do what you want. That's the idea.
Okay, Mr. Murphy.
Well, yes, he's right. The idea, they're not trying. You're right. They don't feel like they need the Constitution. They really don't exist for them. They really want to do what they want to do, and that's the scary part.
Applicable.
Right. Look, he just stepped in.
Come on with it.
President. Yeah. Once people understand, the goal is not to understand. The goal is to do what he wants to do.
Period.
That's my opinion. He doesn't.
No, that's absolutely.
It's not about being right. It's about power. So to me, it's all about power.
That's right. I would agree with that.
He's not that dumb. He found enough gullible people that'll run behind him.
Hello, you better say that. Yes,
you got gullible people that'll run behind him. And then they sit up there with their mouths poked out. Because of it, I've seen it on time and time again.
Yep.
So I'm elaborating, okay? All right. Remember the movie Get Out?
Yeah.
Okay. When they saw the movie, a lot of white people thought it was a comedy. Okay. And then they couldn't understand this was the actress who played the female. They would come up to her and they go, "Oh my God, that was a good movie. Were you hypnotized too?" And she was like, "No, I was not hypnotized. I was just evil." And it's so hard for white people to accept it themselves being evil. They can't believe that this man is doing it to them. So in the back of their mind, they're constantly going, "There's got to be some good to it." No, there's not. And the biggest scam, I said, you got to give them credit. The biggest scam that they've ever pulled on white people is poor white people or working class white people think they're the same as rich white people.
Hello, you better say that loud.
And that's the biggest scam they've ever pulled on.
You better come
this day, they'll have somebody working shift manager at Pizza Hut and think he's doing better than me.
And if you couple that with the gullible-ness of people and the fear that is caused by all the things that he said, those two is like a Mai Tai cocktail. You're going to get an explosive response every time. Absolutely. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the fact that y'all put in that it is. And I think Wanda was right. I think it will be the attorneys that will be leading the charge to turn the things around, because you all immerse yourself in the law so well, and you can dissect and peel back the layers that we are to give us plainer, simpler overview of what we need to be looking for, where we can just cut through the rhetoric and get down to the meat of the problems and come up with workable solutions. And I think that's something that we all have to definitely stick together on as we go through this tumultuous times.
Yeah, I really think it's gonna fall, and I think it's gonna come apart at the seams.
Oh, for sure.
It's just a matter of time, and we gotta just sit back and watch, and it's gonna, because I think the truth will prevail. I think the Constitution will prevail in the long run, because the Constitution we're still a young country, but the Constitution really is our foundation, and I think in the end that there are gonna be more people who say, "Hey, we're gonna have to stand for the Constitution." So we have laws and we have a Constitution, and we tend to be more diplomatic, and we follow that. And I think that's the problem. The Democrats, they're really diplomatic. The Republicans, they're diplomatic. They don't care, like whatever. they're going to do whatever it takes. The Democrats try to be diplomatic and they're going to do the right thing. They got to go through they want to cover their tracks. They want to you got to go through A to Z. They're going to do A first, B. Republicans go A, F, G. They don't care.
Yeah,
They're
they
going
gonna
to do
do
whatever to
one,
make it
two,
happen.
skip a few, 99, 100. Yeah, they not. Yeah, they're not going through all of that. They just gonna figure the shortest way or the shortest point between, the shortest area between 2 points. They're gonna skip and just do that and keep the rest moving. But nobody wants any of that.
But shout out to the
And
people who protesting. Shout out to the people who believe in the
yes,
Constitution. Shout out to
absolutely.
people who can hold them accountable. Shout out to Harvard. Harvard standing their ground.
I
You
know
know,
that's
so
right.
I think it's important that people don't just say, "Hey, okay, we're going to accept this." People are fighting back, and that's a good thing. And hopefully, they bring back the guy from El Salvador. The next thing you know, they're gonna be arresting people and sending people to El Salvador, Rwanda, and
That's
it could
crazy.
be for us as immigrants. Next, it could be black people that go to
Yep, you
jail.
never
And
know.
nobody want that to happen. They're going to jail without due process. So there's no court hearing. And then some people being arrested and going to jail, like immigration who have kids, and they're being arrested because they had a traffic ticket that might have been dismissed, and they still saying they violated the law. This shout out to we got to stand our ground, and you got to laugh because that's how we're gonna get through this.
Yeah, well, definitely laughter is definitely a medicine that is needed no matter what, because it does help you ground yourself and balance in everything that we got going on. But you also posed a question. You said we need a name. What kind of name we need?
Like a theme for the year, I don't know, because it keeps changing. The year keep changing. Every month is
Well,
something new.
I
So
think that's why we got to
it's
just keep rolling with it because it does keep changing. We don't know. I'm going to say the theme is roll with the punches because that's what we do.
boots on the ground. Boots on the ground or roll with the punches.
What?
Word,
Yeah.
boots on the ground.
Yeah, we ain't, yeah, we the 92% of us ain't got no boots on the ground. We dancing and we learning new dances, but I think we just need to roll with the punches because that's exactly what we've been doing since the inauguration. Okay. Oh,
Take the
well,
blinders off. How about that?
yeah, all of that. Yeah, take the rose colored glass.
Yeah.
All of it's applicable. Who the hell left the gate open? Boots on the ground, take the blinders off, and roll with the punches. So we pick one, and we can't stick with just one because Wanda said stuff keep changing. As long as it keep changing, we just got to be able to roll with the changes that are coming. And I think that's one thing about us as people that we know how to do that very well. Absolutely, right? So we can adapt and we know how to get through all the stuff no matter what it looks like and what it is. So that's it. Anything else, Wanda or Candace?
No, you wrapped it up quite.
Just want to end with a word from Sheila New.
All right. Let's again, happy anniversary. Damn, it's been 2 years. Who would have even thought that a book called Dating is for the Birds would have catapulted all this beautiful energy that we have exposed ourselves to. So first of all, I would be far removed and remiss if I didn't say thank you for Wanda Rose for making me do it. Because in the beginning, when we first discussed this, I never imagined being on a platform like this, right? Because I'm a traditional stand-up comedian. I've always performed in person and in front of live audiences. So when she presented this opportunity, I didn't know and couldn't fathom what it looked like. And I appreciate you being the sister friend that you are, holding my hand and saying, "Hey, I got you. Let's just do it." And shout out to Ronald Diller Jr., who came along for the first half of the ride and lended his voice and his expertise and his creativity. And shout out to the guests that have come. We've had Will Baptiste who have come, and my daughter who pops in every from time to time, and Bukeka and Eugene, and everybody who has sponsored us. I said, who has lended her family's company, Wassy Dassy Bags and Accessories, for being our first corporate sponsors, and to all the people who have just trotted along this journey. And thank you to Candace Murphy Sisak, who not only lends her laughter, but her expertise and makes sure that I'm on point and I ain't breaking no rules to make sure that the podcast continues to be a success. And to all the listeners who have downloaded, who have laughed, people who have sent messages, who have taken the time out to write reviews, just thank you. It's humbling to know that a gift that was given to me over 30 years ago that has touched a whole lot of people who I didn't expect for it to touch. Because in your mind, you think one way and you make these plans, and then God laughs because He was like, you got to think bigger, you got to think better, and you got to see more. And because of this platform, we've been able to do just that. So thank you. Thank you for the laughter. Thank you for allowing me to be able to lend my voice to poke fun at, to talk some stuff about, to do all the things that make me really happy on the inside. I appreciate it on so many different levels because it has allowed me to show my children that no matter how old you get, as long as you still have breath and you still have energy, you can still do the things that you love to do. And I love doing this. This is not something that I take lightly. I appreciate the support and I appreciate the laughs more than anything else. And this is really what I want to end with. If you're a creative and maybe you put your gift on the shelf for whatever reason, life happened, which it's going to continue to, and you're not sure because you don't get the support you feel like you need to do a thing or to do the things that you really love to do, I say keep going. Take your gift off the shelf, blow the dust off, find you one person, because really all it takes is just one, and the rest will come. And you'll have somebody that will encourage you to link hands with you, to help you to think about things in a different perspective. But don't allow your dream, your creativity to die because you can't see the bigger picture. Keep going. I believe in you. You should believe in you first. But believe me, when the support comes and things start to change and happen, it will make you feel so much better from the inside out that you just didn't leave your gift on the shelf, that you actually took some time to breathe life into the thing that you love to do. So whatever that looks like for you, whether it's writing a book, whether it's writing a song, whether it's writing a play, whether it's making clothes, whether it's doing hair, doing nails, whatever it is that you do it. And if nobody is around you that has ever done it, find you a community of people that are on the same path as you. And you will get the support that you need in spades. I promise you that. Just don't give up on your dreams. Keep going because I didn't give up on mine. I thank y'all. Click the link, follow us on all social media platforms, and keep your ear to the ground because we got some things cooking. And we'll see you when we see you.